If you think you need a winning product in ecom, you've already lost. Because that's exactly what keeps you broke and stuck at 10k per month. So in this video, I'll explain to you on how to actually scale without working too hard, meaning 8 hours per day, because that's just nonsense and stupid. Like the quote goes, work smarter, not harder, and that's exactly what I'm trying to prove here. To start things off, let's just kill the biggest myth there is in the industry. There is no winning product, because if one product works, you don't understand why, and it's just luck. And being lucky is not a real skill, and you cannot repeat it many times, right? Real scale and skill comes from understanding why something works and worked. And here, you don't need to find a winning product. Any product can work as far as it can check out the boxes, right? The product doesn't need to be perfect. It just has to be someone good, solve a real issue, and it can 100% work just with the right ads creatives. Any product can work as far as you can connect it to a strong desire or a belief that your product can fulfill that desire, right? And what I'm really trying to explain here is if you have a headache every single day for 3 hours, you're willing to spend a lot of money just to fix it, right? And if you have a headache for 1 hour, just once a week, you're not really willing to spend a lot of money on it. So obviously, the bigger the problem is, the more money people are willing to spend on it. So the question here is, what do people actually want? So how painful is the problem, how urgent it is, and how often does it happen? Like I can explain in headache example. If it happens often, if it's urgent, if it's painful. That's why supplements work really well, because they can solve the problem almost instantly, and you don't need to put much work into solving the real problem other than taking the pill or tablet or whatever it is, right? So the phrase I want talking about is you don't need to run more ads, because running ads works only if you understand what you're testing, right? Because if I have one winning ad and I do 10 more ads that are bad, I'll still have only one winning ad, right? That won't help me go towards my goal at all. But if I have a winning ad, I understand why it's a winner, and I replicate it and create new better ads with that same formula, I can actually have 10 new winning ads, right? Obviously, all ads won't work out. Here is where comes the phrase run more ads, but out of the 10, 5 will work out instead of 0 out of 10, if you understand. So most people, because they don't understand why the ad is actually a winner, they just test random small changes like different hooks, video length, random angles, background music, the editing style, or even clips, or in some cases even font of the text, which obviously won't change the ROAS of the ad at all. So instead of making changes like this, you should actually make real meaningful changes, like the whole video or the angle or the concept. So you should actually test less and think about it more, because what actually matters in an ad is targeting the right person, having the right ICP, the avatar, the angle you're testing, the concept in the angle, and the emotion you're triggering. Because even when I get ads, the ad needs to trigger some kind of emotion in me, either like happy or sad, for me to buy the product. I just won't buy it without the emotion of feeling and needing it, and needing the actual product. And again, most people don't understand they need to target the right person, because not every single person in the world is the right customer for the product. Yes, it might cost a bit more, the CPM might be higher if you targeted the right person, but the conversion rate, the ROAS will get so much higher when you actually understand your avatar. People just don't build the right avatars. They think their avatar is a single mom that's 35 years old and lives in the US. That's not a good avatar. That's not even an avatar. That's just like 10% of the population. I mean, it's not 10%, but you get the point, right? So you need a real meaningful avatar, right? So an angle is a new way of seeing the problem, and an angle reframes that beliefs. Your whole ad is built on it. So what I'm trying to say here is an angle is not a different product. It's taking the product that's already solid, so you don't need another winning product, taking a product that's solid and just giving it a new angle, a new way of helping the solution and giving like a new idea to the audience. Here is an example we have, is hair loss isn't your fault, it's a biological response. So we trigger that it's not your fault, it's just a biological response. And another angle could be hair loss isn't your fault, it's genetics, right? So here we have the two different things that lead to the same product, right? It's probably going to be, I guess, a hair loss product that prevents you. But we have two ways of explaining, and if you cannot list hundreds of these, you're not ready to be profitable yet, to be honest with you. So an angle is what you say, and a concept is how you say it. So we have the same angle, but we can use it in a different concept, right? So when you have avatars, you build the ICP. On avatar 1, you can test unlimited angles, like I explained, hundreds of them, and then even inside the angles, to narrow down on even deeper audiences and to get that really insane ROAS, you need lots of concepts, right? So I put here some of the examples to express the same idea. A good format that works for a decade now is before and after. 3 months ago versus today. Same person, different hair. Follow a journey. They want to fix my hair loss, they need the results. Showing the results first. This is my hair now, here's what I did. So you hook the people and then you explain how you did it. Teaching through your story. I tried everything, this is what actually worked. So you explain something on a personal story, belief, and how you fixed it. Challenging common beliefs. Hair loss isn't genetics, here's why, like I gave a new angle before. So a belief we have, or a saying at least, is that Romanians traffic, right? So the Romanians human traffic, right? I have a friend Romanian, so no offense to Romanians, but it's just a belief we have throughout the generations, right? Either if it's wrong or right, but here you're trying to prove that it's not true, or why is it true, right? Or call out the mistakes, why most people never fix their hair loss, okay? A hidden method, this is what really people like. It keeps them watching to the end. The hair growth method no one talks about. So people get hooked because I want my hair to grow, and I tried so many stuff. What other methods could there really be? Or just stack proof with testimonials to just show lots of people who fix their hair and then they use a system and then you can just implement it, right? So you have different formats but with the same message. You're not changing the idea, you're just changing the delivery of the words, right? And to not just talk about theory, I'm actually going to show to you how to find the angles. So first we narrow down on a product. What does it do? The desire. What do people actually want from you? The avatar. Who is the perfect audience for the product? And then to go in more deeper, like I explained, to get higher CPM, yeah, it's true, but much better ROAS, is what specific emotions do they have? So we trigger an emotion, and lastly, the angle, and down there, a concept. What reasons to buy fits them the best? So how will this actually improve your life, and how important is this to their life? Is this going to help me sleep better during the day? It's going to help me every day, just once a week, once a month. All these factors are really, really important. The three testing methods I use and are by far the favorites, two of them which I prefer, are the marksman, sniper, and shotgun. So the marksman tests multiple angles at once. It's just usually best for image tests, good for fighting directions, one angle per variation, and broader learning. So when I'm testing a new product, I always go with this. Then, only then, when I have a good angle that I know it's working and has a profitable ROAS, I go into the sniper. I go deep on one specific angle. So it's best for videos. You can use it on the same angle, different execution, and validate what really works, what specific emotions and desires, and who is the tailored avatar for my product for this angle, right? So you use this after you have some sort of direction. And then we have the worst method out there, which is the shotgun, where you just throw out lots and just hope. So it's for high volume creator content mainly, and it's not really good for internal testing because most of you cannot read that data. Even I have problems with it if I do a method like this. It's not really clear, and it's only useful if you process the learning afterwards, like the whole data you laid out, and really understand why specific things work. And yeah, you should definitely use this carefully. So, like we explained, marksman finds the direction, snipers doubles down and just scales you to 30, 50, 100k per month, and then the shotgun is just chaos unless you know what you're doing. And to repeat this cycle and make it even easier for you guys, I have this sample testing room I personally apply. So the step 1 is the marksman, where I test image ads with multiple angles. And when I say multiple, it's not 2 to 3, it's more about 20 to 30 before I can actually say, oh yeah, this part doesn't work, I can move on. No, you really have to test everything. So on angle 1 will be confidence, angle 2 will be control, angle 3 will be comfort, and we can go on forever. Angle 4 can be ego, angle 5 can be self-control, or whatever as far as you want to put it. So you need to see what people actually care about and what type of emotion, angle, concept triggers something in them to make an impulsive buy. And the step 2, like I just explained, is the sniper, where you take the winning angle that you know it works, it has a profitable ROAS, and you build strong videos around it to go deeper into explaining the problem, possibly even run retargeting campaigns. So example is create a new hook, create a stronger hold, you go into the statistics, you go into the data and see where is the main problem and why your ROAS is not at 5. You go more specific on language, and this is what can really turn you from a 2 ROAS to a 3 or even 4 ROAS. What I've seen personally is because every type of generation uses a different languages. White people use different language than black people. I'm not saying a language as we speak it, I'm saying like words. Gen Z, like slay, girl, we don't really use that, right? Or even like older moms, older dads, younger dads, all these people use a different type of language even though it's still English. So you have to validate and scale. Image ads, the statics are to find the direction, and then the videos are to really push out the winner. And this is where most of you guys worry so much. You don't need to you don't need any pre-sale funnels or the perfect website or pay 3k for the website or even have a custom team. You don't really need that. You just need one solid website that just converts. It doesn't have to be complicated, because if it's too complicated, people will just turn and don't buy from you. And once you nail an angle, the concept and the emotion, everything just snaps and clicks. It's so easy after that. And not only that you have winning ads, you actually understand why something works, not but just like shooting an arrow and hope this product will get you lucky and make you 10k. What you'll see is your funnel starting converting better. Even though your website doesn't change, your conversion rate will drastically increase, and obviously with that your customer acquisition just drops. And I hope you understand that you should stop overcomplicating ecom. You should just pick a product that solves a real problem and just run it. You should understand who you're selling to, the avatar, the ICP, the ideal customer persona, and just find your angle, concept and emotion, and then just ride the wave to 100k per month. So guys, I hope this video was actually really useful. I gave you a lot of sauce on what you need to do next. What I personally have is the mentorship program where I help people who are a bit lost, they are unsure what to do. You're maybe already a bit profitable or unprofitable, but don't really know the next step. You're kind of alone, you're lost. For these people, I created my mentorship program, where just me and you, I take your hand for 90 days and turn your business to 30k per month just with my help. We go on calls, you have direct access to me on WhatsApp, you have all the resources, all the teams, the Shopify teams I use, and all the other stuff that comes with it. If you think you would be a great fit for this, you can try and apply it down below. I hope you learned something new. Like and subscribe. Bye bye guys.